This week, an AI wrote 10 math proofs that a Fields medalist says belong in a top journal. A robot doctor got cleared to diagnose you without a human in the room. And the price of intelligence dropped 80% in a week. This wasn't a week of demos. This was the week AI got deployed. 6 stories. Let's go. Number 1. OpenAI's internal model, Astra, just cracked 10 open problems in mathematics and theoretical computer science. Not homework, problems nobody had solved. New sphere packing bounds. The existence of non-Sophic groups. And here's the kicker. It published machine-checkable proofs on GitHub for about $2,000 of compute. What it means: verifiable, frontier research at the cost of a used laptop. Hot take. Fields medalist. Timothy Gowers said he'd recommend one of these proofs for a top journal without hesitation. That's not a helpful assistant, that's AI as a co-author. The math community just got a new colleague that never sleeps. Number 2. The FDA just approved an entirely new category: Autonomous Diagnostic AI. These models can now independently diagnose diabetic retinopathy and early-stage melanoma with no human specialist signing off, and they beat human doctors on accuracy. What it means: for the first time, the diagnosis is the AI, not a suggestion, the call. Hot take. This is the story people will still be talking about in 10 years. A model catching your melanoma before a dermatologist could, at rural clinic scale, at 3 a.m., in places that have never had a specialist. That's not disruption. That's lives. Number 3, and this is the one that quietly powers everything else. OpenAI cut GPT 5.6 pricing by 80%, down to 20 cents per million input tokens. And ChatGPT just crossed 1 billion weekly active users. What it means: intelligence is becoming a utility, priced like electricity, used like water. Hot take. Every AI is too expensive business plan just got obsolete overnight. When the cost of a token falls off a cliff, the products that were impossible last month become obvious this month. Watch the app layer explode. Number 4. On August 2nd, the EU AI Act's high-risk rules went enforceable. Chatbots now legally have to tell you they're AI. Realistic synthetic media has to carry watermarks and labels. Risk management and human oversight now required by law. What it means: the move fast era just met its first real speed limit. Hot take. Honestly, this might be the healthiest thing to happen to AI all year. Trust is the actual bottleneck to adoption, and rules you can point to build trust faster than any demo. The EU isn't slowing AI down. It's making it shippable to people who were scared of it. Number 5. OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google all sat down at the White House this week to hammer out a US framework for voluntary safety testing of frontier models. What it means: the biggest rivals in tech are suddenly in the same room, writing the rules together. Hot take. The fact that fierce competitors are cooperating on safety tells you exactly how powerful they think the next models are. You don't call a summit over a chatbot. You call one over something that matters. Number 6. Google just restructured its entire AI leadership into California. Koray Kavukçoğlu now runs research and operations, and Demis Hassabis stepped back from the day-to-day to become chairman and Alphabet's chief scientist. What it means: Google is reorganizing like a company that thinks it's behind and wants the crown back. Hot take. When the DeepMind founder moves up to think bigger and hands off the operations, that's not a demotion. That's a company clearing the runway for its heaviest bets. The 3-horse race between Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic just got faster, and we win either way. So zoom out, proofs a Fields medalist would publish, doctors made of math, intelligence at the price of electricity, and governments finally paying attention. 1 week. AI didn't get more impressive this week, it got more real. If that thrills you as much as it does me, subscribe and I'll see you next week. Because at this pace, next week's gonna be wild.